Movement is a very important aspect of the signal. Dogs' eyes are much more sensitive to movement than they are to details or colors, so a moving tail is very visible to other dogs. Evolution has made tails even more visible, such as tails with a light or dark tip, a lighter underside, or a bushy shape. The tail's position, specifically the height at which it is held, can be considered a sort of emotional meter. A middle height suggests the dog is relaxed. If the tail is held horizontally, the dog is attentive and alert. As the tail position moves farther up, it is a sign the dog is becoming more threatening, with the vertical tail being a clearly dominant signal. "I'm boss around here," or a warning. "Back off or suffer the consequences." As the tail position drops lower, it is a sign that the dog is becoming more submissive, is worried, or feels poorly. The extreme expression is a tail tucked under the body, which is a sign of fear. "Please don't hurt me." Just as there are different dialects to a human language, such as a Southern drawl or a New England twang, there are also dialects in dog tail language. Different breeds carry their tails at different heights, from the natural nearly vertical position common to beagles and many terriers to the low slant tails of greyhounds and whippets. All positions should be read relative to the average position where the individual dog normally holds its tail. Movements give additional meaning to the signals. The speed of the wag indicates how excited the dog is. Meanwhile, the breadth of each tail sweep reveals whether the dog's emotional state is positive or negative, independent from the level of excitement. As a result, there are many combinations, including the following common tail movements. A slight wag, with each swing of only small breath, is usually seen during greetings as a tentative. "Hello there," or hopeful, "I'm here." A broad wag is friendly. "I'm not challenging or threatening you." This can also mean "I'm pleased." This is the closest to the popular concept of the happiness wag, especially if the tail seems to drag the hips with it. A slow wag with the tail at held mass is less social than most other tail signals. Generally speaking, slow wags with the tail in neither a particularly dominant high nor a submissive low position are signs of insecurity. Tiny high-speed movements that give the impression of the tail vibrating are signs the dog is about to do something, usually run or fight. If the tail is held high while vibrating, it is most likely an active threat. We can now skip this. It is important to understand that we are talking about the dog's left or right, viewed from the rear as if you are facing in the direction the dog is viewing, meaning that if you are facing the dog and drew an imaginary line down the middle of his back, the positive right-sided signal would appear, as tail swings mostly curving to your left. This is not as strange a finding as you might think at first. Research has shown that in many animals, including birds, frogs, monkeys, and humans, the left brain specializes in behaviors involving what the scientists call approach and serenity. In humans, that means the left brain is associated with positive feelings like love, a sense of attachment, a feeling of safety and calm. It is also associated with physiological markers, like a slow heart rate. Contrast leads to the right brain, which specializes in behaviors involving withdrawal and energy expenditure. In humans, these behaviors, like fleeing, are associated with feelings like fear and depression. Physiological signals include a rapid heart rate and the shutdown of the digestive system. Since the left brain controls the right side of the body and the right brain controls the left side of the body, activity in one half of the brain shows up as movements on the opposite side of the body. For instance, chicks prefer to use their left eye to search for food, approach behavior, and right eye to watch for predators overhead, avoidance. In humans, the muscles on the right side of the face tend to reflect happiness, left brain, whereas muscles on the left side of the face reflect unhappiness, right brain. So now we can add to this that positive feelings pull a dog's tail to the right and negative feelings pull it to the left. 英英简单听，大家午安，我们明天见。Stay with us.